Howdy, y'all. Michael here. We're waiting for Paul. He's doing a reboot now, but he told me to go ahead and start the live stream. How's everybody doing tonight? Why am I not seeing chat? Oh, this is not good. Hang on, guys. Chat is blank. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm gonna pull this up on my phone so I can see the chat because I'm not seeing it on the screen right now. So hang on, guys. So let's see. Your video's live. There we go. Looking for the chat. Holy cow. Is tonight a night of issues? All right. I got the chat up now. Am I on the right video? No, I am not on the right video. Good gosh, people. All right, I'll get there. It's been one of those days. It really has been one of those days. So we're gonna go to the Prep and Paul channel here, Preparedness Q&A, and we're gonna find the chat. Here we go. Cooley, Jeff, Ken, welcome. PRK Radio, Scott, welcome. Don's here. Who else? I think Rob and Hamtail Hurts. Paul, I do not see a chat.
What do you mean?
I don't see chat and restream. Do I need to get out and go back in, or what's going on?
Did you click on chat on the bottom?
Yeah, I'm on chat. That's very weird.
It's there.
Okay.
I can show it on stream. How's that?
Oh, there you go. But why is it not showing on
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Although I did notice.
Let me jump out and come back in since we're both having technical issues tonight. I'll be right back.
I noticed my plugin's not working for OBS now for some reason. Which is very odd. Let's try Streamlabs OBS plugin download. Let me try redoing it. It says that it couldn't load it for some reason. We download the plugin. Probably gonna have me. You need to shut down OBS before we can install this. Allow. You back?
I'm back. I'm trying to see if I got chat back.
Okay.
I got chat back.
Now I'm going to be right back.
Oh, what's everybody's having problems tonight. If it wasn't for technology, where would we be? Honestly. So appreciate everybody there. Howdy, y'all. It's the
stop it. Get some help. Thank you.
If you wonder when Paul reboots his computer, all those go off at once. So that's Paul. Solar flares. There you go. It's solar flares, Paul.
Yeah, for some. Oh, there it is. Okay, Streamlabs is up. All right.
Okay, your video's not though.
Oh yeah, I got to turn on
the
camera.
Virtual.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, the Streamlabs plugins just decided not to work anymore, so I just had to reinstall it.
Okay, well, I jumped out, jumped back in. Now I can see chat just fine, so that's awesome.
Do we like chat to be like this and put us on the side?
Well, if it's just you and I don't see why. Why not?
That works pretty good. Welcome, everybody. I just left Frank's stream. Those who missed that one, he had me, Iswin, and El Marie from She's on Frequency on. Cigar Social.
No cigar for Paul, though. But he's wearing a cigar shirt.
So I decided, I don't smoke cigars, so I just wore Tank Radio's blackout shirt. It was a really nice shirt, actually. So
yes, Gremlins, absolutely, Bro Cam. That's the one thing in ham radio that is a constant is Gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
Or our Gremlins. Can I even use proper English?
Yeah, we'll see. This will be the format until at least until May, and then we'll see. I'm using OBS on Restream, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, I like Restream because you can stream to multiple places at a time, and it's nice. We're streaming on the Getting Out Live channel and the Prep and Paul channel at the same time. The only thing with Restream, if you don't have a computer that can handle it, it's a problem, and that was the problem I had for a long time. But I got a new computer, no longer a problem. So,
and the more streamers join, the more it takes. But
yeah,
Restream and StreamYard are both great if you have multiple people on. It makes it easy. Zoom, it's just as simple as Zoom. But if you're using OBS with Zoom, like Frank and Jason do, you got to set up a bunch of scenes in OBS, so that takes quite a bit of setup. But one of the big cons of StreamYard and Restream is they are two of the more expensive ones per month. So there are cheaper versions. I've got to get them set up. Streamlabs has their own OBS, which is great, and it restreams. It does everything, and it's only like $14 a month. But you got to set up the scenes. You got to get everything to work, and that takes some work.
But what I like is you can set up music cues and all that as well, and that's kind of nifty. And there's some other features on there. So
now
but you pay for it. You do pay for it.
So I'm paying for the middle of Restream because I want 1080p. You do the cheaper Restream, which is much more affordable, but it doesn't say 1080p, so I'm assuming it's 720, and I want at least 1080p. I pay for the next one up. I just prepay it, then you save like 30%. So I'm good till May. But
yeah, PRK Radio. I haven't done a live stream recently, but I've been thinking about doing live streams on my channel. Just a getting out of live type live stream, just interviewing people from multiple areas. Whether it's ham radio or it could be a different area as well. So
let's see if I. My Stream Deck still isn't working. Weird. Let me try.
I love technology.
Yeah, my buttons have
not as much as you.
I wonder if I can. Oh no, that'll get rid of my mic. I can't do that. My XLR mic is going through my Stream Deck. Meld on default, so I'm not sure why.
Yeah, StreamYard is pretty easy. It's just you can't really do the multi-stream as easily. What's the maximum you can do on the first level on StreamYard, Paul? Is it
maximum
just one?
What?
Maximum channels you can stream on StreamYard?
Probably one. I think the one I'm doing is actually I think it's like 1 and then 3.
And 3 is like $100 a month compared to 50, right?
Yeah, basically, if you want to do a stream like most do in 1080p, you're going to be paying for the middle or business level, which is if you prepay, you can get it as low as $34.99 a month. You pay for the year.
Yeah.
And then I think the lower one is, well, I mean, StreamYard has a free version too. You can, and as long as you don't mind their logo there, and you can play with it and test it out, see if you like it. Streamlabs OBS Meld Studio is a new one that I have a lot of hopes for, but it's a little too new. But the interface is great. It's easy.
StreamYard has an app. Restream does not. Restream, you cannot set up a live stream from your phone. So
but if I was just doing one,
kind of problem.
If I was just streaming one place, if I was just streaming to YouTube and I had nobody on, you could literally just use YouTube. You don't need apps or anything. Just use your YouTube and choose your camera. But I got Elgato Stream Decks to add things, like this or that doesn't work. See, it's still not working. Interesting.
We heard your boot up. That's for sure.
You get the sound? Yeah, the sound's not. Oh,
yeah, but we got all the little quirky videos that you put in here all once.
Yeah, but you didn't get it. You didn't get it just now, right? When I just clicked it?
No. When you were rebooting and I started the stream without the chat on, which was great.
Yeah, see, so it worked when it loaded up, but the buttons aren't working. I wonder if that's because the other USB port did get affected by the surge. But my headphone and mouse is in that new port, so I don't think so. We'll see. I'll play around with it. So,
Howdy,
let's
Walter.
see. Hey, Walter. Good to see you. Hope things are
Good
going better.
on here. We got 45 in the chat. 45 people in the
45.
chat right now. I'm sure 45's in the chat too.
45's in here, I'm sure.
He's always here.
A lot of the
He's on
usual
all my videos
suspects.
too.
Even Smoking Ape decided to pour himself another drink and join the stream.
Guess the drink.
I have no idea. I don't know what he drinks.
No, guess this drink because it's more clear than dark.
Oh, I didn't have that up. I was looking at my stream deck.
Oh, Douglas V.
Douglas is joining.
Okay. Come on in, Douglas. What's your drink tonight?
There's Douglas.
What's your drink tonight, Douglas?
Tank Radio joining.
What?
His empty glass.
Water later.
Oh, okay.
I drink his water tonight.
I probably need to switch to water.
With the various stickers on one thermos, and then my other thermos.
I had too much coffee today.
Has other stickers, Digital Rancher.
I didn't have any coffee today. But a couple of rum and cokes, but it looks like it's more rum than coke right now.
So let's see. Let's get into it. So this is the last week of Preparedness Month, and instead of doing a wheel spin preparedness topic, I thought maybe just a Q&A, and let's kind of all discuss where we are in preparedness, new things you've found out, making your preparedness plan, or things you are planning on having for preparedness, and let's just collaborate our ideas and thoughts on the various topics that come up tonight on preparedness, whether it's water storage or MCOM or making sure we have communications to the Smoking Ape during zombie apocalypses, because we want to make sure we can always talk to Ape.
I need his call sign to do that.
The Smoking Ape ham radio now, it's changed it. Hey, Robert, Digital Rancher's on. He was running.
Hey, Robert.
His live stream was 6 p.m. replacing Tank, and Tank was replacing Jason. Oh, this one goes in reverse.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of messing with me a little bit.
Oh, this is frustrating. I can't use my stream deck to.
Roger's got Elijah Craig small batch. Okay, there you go. I like that.
So let me just. We'll go through this while some people are thinking of different topics. Let me adjust this a little bit. I got my gigaparts.
Okay, 45 hasn't had coffee since 1985. I'm impressed.
Wow, that's when I graduated. So this was one of the cool things I got.
Graduated from what? Preschool?
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't say graduated.
85, really?
So then people won't know.
I was
exactly
91. I'm just a young guy.
This is one of the things I got during Jason's Gigapart Deals stream. I just thought it would be cool. It's the lockpick. It's the lockpick kit. I just thought it'd be fun to play around with this, because what it comes with are these see-through locks, various types of locks, and it teaches you how to
Josh's
lockpick.
kids would love that.
Yeah, look, check this out. Here's another one.
Dude, I want one.
That looks like a deadbolt lock right there.
Kelly's here. Whoop.
And oh, here's a padlock. And then all the different keys. So I thought that'd be cool.
Hello, Elle. Elle's got a lot going on right now.
Elle passed her general last Sunday.
Yes, she did. Congratulations.
Good job, Elle.
Since Paul's sound effects are not working, I'll give you a acoustic one there. Oh, there you go.
It's the videos and my scene swipes or my scene changing buttons not working. So anyway, I thought this would be cool, because you can see as you try to. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know anything about it, but gives you like the three options there. So that's one cool thing. This was the other cool thing because I keep putting this off every time. I've always bought a bunch of different adapters, but never had a complete set of adapters. So I finally
that's very nice, Paul.
went ahead
That's
and
very
did
nice.
the full adapter set. So they have their spots, and I have every adapter. So that was another cool one.
By the way,
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna plug Elle's channel again. She released her channel from our YouTubers POTA activation. And what's so cool about that POTA activation was that was Elle's first time to make an HF contact.
Yeah.
And she did it with my radio. That was really cool. So, but she got her general the very next day.
So the other thing I bought was their $50 box, mystery box, but it was $45, so I got it. So now they put one of their. I chose the camping. I think it's the camping. You can do ham, camping, techie or something, and they put in items that pertain to that. So of course they've got a backpack in here. So this is like my 17th Gigapart backpack that I have now. And a little fan, which would have come in handy at Tokyo Ham Fair. That's what everyone is carrying around, walking around Tokyo. These little handheld fans.
Really?
Fan.
They don't do the neck ones?
Some of them had the neck ones too. This looks like a little waterproof. What is this? Super bright cob light, a plasma arc lighter. That's kind of cool. So it's got a plasma arc lighter at the top, and then what does a cob light mean? Anyone know what a COB, cob light? Does that stand for something?
Charlie Oscar Brown? I don't know.
Dual arc ignition. So it has dual arc ignition lighter.
Chris says you need a bag for all of your bags, Paul.
I actually have all my bags in a bag. And the Gigaparts are in the I put all my extra bags inside the large duffel bag from Chameleon. Mystery fire. So now I get colorful flames the next time I go camping. I'll throw that in the fire. Batteries. And this I haven't even opened up. Oh, it looks like a mess kit. Some kind of a mess kit. This is
Man,
again,
I missed that live stream.
This is the oh my gosh, awesome. This
is a stove?
I like. Yes. Oh, sweet. Yes, it's a stove.
You haven't even opened it.
No, I just got it today. It came in the mail today. I thought I'd wait. With a burner. I guess this is like a burner pin. Is that what that is for underneath? No, that doesn't fit. I guess I have to read the instructions. That is very cool. I like it a lot. So that'll be fun.
Cool. Sounds like Saturday Night Live.
Yep, that's going to be fun.
That's like that. That's a little portable fire pit, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a little portable fire pit. It's not a stove. It's a fire pit.
Yeah, let me redo this. Maybe this first, then this.
No, you had it right the first time, sir.
This goes down there?
Yeah, because it's going to let the ashes fall down below and let the oxygen continue into the.
Okay, so I put
your little wood. Yeah.
Put the burning stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then this.
That flip it over.
This.
Yeah, that helps keep the smoke from wafting. Right. Yeah, that helps it.
What about this?
That creates a little circular thing where it'll reburn it. That I don't know. But every other piece, I can tell you what it does.
Yeah, that's very cool. Awesome. And it's my favorite
little basket.
Green.
Okay, so Ham Tellherd says little baskets for burning pellets.
Oh,
so if you want to put pellets in there, but if you want to do like little kindling wood and stuff, you can do that. But that goes on the bottom, so you have airflow.
So I would do just this if I wanted that.
Well, I don't know. I would imagine you want the airflow. Yeah, that helps.
That definitely gives the airflow.
Yeah. Well, very cool.
Very cool. All right. So that's kind
of as a tabletop fire pit.
And I chose the
but just make sure you flip the top part over and that helps control your smoke when you flip it over.
Yeah, there's not a instruction, so I'll have to look online. I think it has to be the other way just to fit in here, though.
Right.
Yeah, I got it in the hopes that I would get it before the stream, and I did. I got it today. That's why I chose the outdoor one instead of the ham or the techie one. But that is very cool, exciting. And next time we have a club camp out, I'm going to be making some colorful flames. This is very cool too.
No, you know what? You could use the colorful flames in your fire pit.
Let's see if this turns on. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. Okay. Awesome. Well, there you go. And my button's not working, so that's stupid. I got to do this.
All right.
Back. So what do we got? I know now I have a portable fire pit, so I've enhanced my personal preparedness just by getting that mystery box. What else do we got? Anybody else brought anything up in chat?
Nightcry is telling you to bring your fire pit to Belton so he can make s'mores with it.
Yeah, I think Jason has it. Let's see, where is it on this one? Right here. Because the way the venting is underneath, I think that's what it is. It's smokeless.
Yeah, and that ring on top, I don't know how it does it, but it makes it smokeless. So,
hey D, what day is Belton?
Howdy,
October
Andy.
Something. Andy, good to see you, bro. COB stands for chip on board. Chip on board. Oh, so it's the back of it. Here, let me go to chip on board. Thanks, Walter. And it's right there. The chip is on the lighter behind the flashlight. All right. Well, see, we learned something new. Thank you, Walter. And I just want to say shout out. L is the current stream boss. I just noticed.
Really?
So I don't know when that happened, L. When did that happen? Did she just do something?
I didn't catch it.
Let me look in the.
But that's pretty cool.
So it must have been from last week's super chat. I didn't see that change last week.
I didn't see the super chat last week.
Yeah, she's $4.99 last week.
Oh, sweet.
Thanks, Al. Appreciate it. All right. Anything in chat about preparedness topics? Anybody working on anything? Anybody have any questions on anything? Anyone have any answers on anything? Experience on anything?
So in my video yesterday, I'm just throwing this out, is we talked about.
Uh-oh, Doug. We hear you. What happened?
Oh, sorry.
Whoa, what happened? What happened?
I was messing around editing my video and I haven't edited it probably in 6-7 months.
What do you use for editing?
The free version of DaVinci.
See, I just downloaded DaVinci and I've been meaning to work on that to try to figure it out because I'm still editing with the iPhone. But I think if I learn DaVinci, I think it'll make it a lot easier. So,
all right.
So, okay, back to what I was saying.
Preparedness.
So, how do you prepare for the aftermath?
I thought you were going to say afterlife.
Well, the afterlife, I got that part figured out. But how do you how do you prepare for the aftermath of the situation? So, yesterday I was driving. I wanted to go to the Johnson branch unit of Lake Ray Roberts State Park because I've never been there, and every time I'm out there doing radio, there's somebody on the Johnson side doing something. So I wanted to check the place out. So that's what my video was today, and I can see it is an excellent POTA park. I mean, the way it's laid out, it's excellent for POTA. It's a very different park than the Audible that we normally go to, or as John likes to call it, Isla de Buste. But in that drive I took, I saw the damage from the storm we had last Sunday, and I saw the with the warehouse roof and wall collapse, and we had RV trailers flipped over on the other side of the freeway there. And then, of course, on my way, when I turned out a Lone Oak Road, there was the Shell station. Paul and I stopped at the Shell station a number of years ago to take a break after we were out storm chasing together, and now it's just a shell of a Shell station because it was hit by tornadoes last Memorial Day weekend. So, how do you prepare for the aftermath? I understand preparing for when the event happens, but the aftermath, and here it is, well over a year past the Shell station, and we're still dealing with the aftermath of it. Does that make sense?
I just lost my lights.
You sure did.
I got all
Yeah.
sorts of things going on. Maybe it's something more than the USB did happen. Oh, I lost my mouse. What the?
Oh no.
All right. Well, this is me, guys. No mouse.
Okay, Doug, you're muted.
Next, you're gonna lose your mind.
Yeah.
My USB hub stopped working. Let me check. Oh, well, it helps when the power's on. I don't know why it turned off.
Oh,
Try
there
that
you
again. Okay.
So how do you prepare for the aftermath of a situation?
Well, let's look at something real quick. So the National Disaster Recovery Framework, the NDRF, and I'm gonna have to be on my OBS screen more than StreamYard, so you're gonna have to move stuff around for me.
All right.
And let me embiggen that. How's that? So I'm just going to give you one example too of how long it takes to recover. I think we all understand, right? We've seen things like Katrina and everything, 9/11 and all these other disasters. And more recently, the Maui fires. I think out of the 3,800 homes, I want to say it's only been a handful of homes that have been approved to rebuild. So a lot of times these disasters, flooding, tornadoes, everything, right? It takes a while to recover. So let's talk about what are the things that we need to recover? What are the main topics that we need to recover? And I've got some thoughts, but let's see what the chat thinks. And I'll just throw a couple of them out there. You need to recover documents and IDs. That's one thing, right? Most likely, you've lost. Let's say you had a tornado and everything's gone. You've lost your file cabinet. You've got no paperwork, no backups, no birth certificates, no passport, perhaps. So, one way of that's going to be mine. I'm going to throw out to the group, and then we'll see what else other people have. So, a thumb drive or backup files, either in a safe or safety deposit box or at somebody else's home, of birth certificates, of marriage certificates, social security cards, and all that kind of stuff is an important thing to decrease this blue section, right? We want this blue section as small as possible. We want it, the quicker we recover, right, and get back to normal, that's what we want. Now, before we talk about recovery and rebuilding, you can reduce this blue by going at the beginning in your preparedness area and think of the best ways to mitigate the effects of whatever disasters you can face. So the best ways to mitigate, if you prepare the best you can to mitigate the best possible you can think of and plan for and afford, that alone will reduce your recovery and rebuilding. So mitigation in your planning is important.
Right.
So mine was documents. What else do we got? Anybody else have thoughts on that? On
So
reducing that blue.
Kelly's saying Google Cloud storage.
Yep.
That's a good point there.
I think we've talked about that before. It's out there if you want to trust it, right? Some people were a little hesitant, but go ahead.
45 Auto saying when he drove through Curview 2 weeks ago, they are still cleaning out the debris in the river floodplain.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Chris Bricker actually sewed a USB stick to his go bags. And
you it.
I have one on my keychain right now, but I actually use this for a presentation. I gave a presentation at a ham radio club meeting the other day, so that's why I used it. Which, so Brocam says he has his backed up in 4 places.
Let's get some other ideas too, not just the idea of recovery of documents. There's other areas that we need to recover. So
right.
What other areas do you guys? I'm not saying don't talk about methods you've used for documents, but I want to encourage other thoughts, other things that we think is important in recovery.
Well, I was probably more alluding to the side of the mental state of a recovery, because here it is a year later, and we're still dealing with the tornadoes from last year, from Memorial Day. That's something that hasn't escaped my mind. It affected me when I pulled up and I saw the Shell station. That kind of hit me pretty hard, when I saw that. When I saw the warehouse north of the Walmart distribution center that had its roof ripped off, that affected me. And part of the reason why it affected me is probably because I worked both those storms. I wasn't a spotter, but I was actually running the nets for that. And that stuff still affects me. When I see it, I think about it, and of course, you're reviewing everything you've done, and you're reviewing the good and the bad parts of it, and so that was more of my question there. Didn't help that I saw 2 fatality accidents on the way to the state park yesterday. So
okay, so what about structures? Let's just do simple, like a home, right? Let's say your home was destroyed. So what would you need? I think someone's already mentioned it. What would you need to get perhaps that construction started quicker? Part of that could be documents, right? Of course. So what documents we need? I saw one in chat pop up. To recover quicker. Yep. Insurance info. You need to know who to call, right? Your policy would help. It's good to have the policy so you kind of know what you may have to come up with as a deductible.
Legal aid.
Legal aid is another good one, and a lot of companies offer legal aid. We've got Hyatt Legal at my company that you can pay, like, I don't know, $10 a month or something. They have a lot of things that offer, free assistance for various things.
One of my favorite disaster organizations, if you watch my Emergency Preparedness Fair, I talk about it, and they were there. They're named Legal Aid, and the what they do is, a lot of these people, they get into disaster. They've been paying for insurance, and the insurance company just is sitting on it saying, I'm sorry, we're having to do more research. We're trying to figure things out on our end, blah, 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 blah. They go on and on about this. They just don't want to they don't want to push the claim through, and there's an organization that is free for people like that called Legal Aid. And they go out there, and I can't tell you how many people we saw at the Disaster Resource Center for the tornadoes last year. And I actually spoke with them personally. They go to the FEMA side to try to get help. FEMA rejects them completely. So I'm sorry, you don't qualify. I'm sorry, if you lived there 3 days more before the tornado hit, we would be able to help you. It's stuff like that. And you were just 3 days short of living there long enough for us to help you. And they come over here and say, "Hey, I filed a claim with my insurance company." They kept saying it's still in the process. It's still in process. First people we pushed them to was Legal Aid. So,
yeah. So I just thought of something, and as you go through the framework, the disaster recovery framework that the government put out, a lot of people think, oh, the FEMA, they'll come help, this and that. But let me show you how the government views how recovery efforts are. And when I show you this chart, The centralmost thing that you're going to see on the chart is what the government sees as the priority or the one that takes the lead in recovery. Look at this. So these are all partners, right? Local government, state government. But the center, this is what the government is expecting to take the lead role in recovery. It's not FEMA, right? They're out here on the fringes, territories, tribal nations, non-governmental GEOs like churches, nonprofit partners, philanthropy. They're on the fringe. The main recovery is led by and done by the communities. It's a community-driven concept, and it just basically mentions it here. There's too much in here to read, but this community-driven recovery depicts local communities at the center of any disaster recovery. And if you look at places like South Carolina, that's all I was hearing. It was local people, local communities doing it,
Right.
not relying on government. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. This is kind of the government's view of how recovery this is how it happens, and then you've got government supporting it. So just keep that in mind.
Let me think about what I'm going to say before I say it.
Let me pop a couple comments here. So Kelly's thrown a few out here. So if you've just lost your roof, part of a quicker recovery would be able to stay in your house, right? So throwing some tarps or plastic for windows and stuff, that's a quicker recovery because you don't have to go to a hotel. You can be in your house and be cleaning and organizing and doing what you need in your house just by throwing a few tarps and some plastic sheeting up. This is another one right here. Having cash on hand.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
That's an important one to have it part of any preparedness plan, because let's just say you've been hit by a hurricane, tornado, whatever. Electricity, ATM machines can be down, but the stores could be open. They might have some tarps or sheeting or something still for sale, but they can't take debit cards. So cash on hand is important.
If you remember a year ago when we did when we watched the Carpetbagger, his fiance was in Waynesville, North Carolina, near Asheville, but she tried to go to the grocery store. She couldn't buy anything.
Mm-hmm.
No cash. And you couldn't go to the bank because their systems were down. You can get the cash out of the bank.
I want to say this one right here. I think I mentioned last week or the week before, one of the tornado victims in Valley View, whose neighbor, the entire house was lifted up, thrown across the street, and his father was killed. He was out there cleaning. His neighbor, though, this guy that I talked to, said that he didn't realize how hard it was to get a driver's license when you have nothing to prove who you are. So I think that is probably the most important. Have documentation to prove that you are a citizen, prove your address, prove your name, your birth date. Those are important documents. Chris Bricker Sr. Those are probably the most important. Once you get that driver's license, there are other things that are fairly easy to do to prove who you are, right? Did you think of what you were going to say?
I got to be careful how I word this. I know as a federal agency, when they come in, they prohibit a lot of things from being done. So I've seen it firsthand. We weren't allowed to deploy because of it. And so it's just one of those things that it needs an overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to be very careful what I say because, I'm only looking at it from my personal experience, what I saw there, not being one of the tornado victims, but being one of the non-government organizations that were ready to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And we were told that we weren't allowed to respond because this agency said no. And it wasn't, and it's at the federal level. It's not the local ones because the local ones could have used us. But it's just very different experience than I wanted to see.
So in my experience, it was mentioned here, FEMA just, they don't do anything but write checks. I mean, they do more, but yes, I mean, basically they provide funds for relief is kind of their primary function, but they do set up command centers and communications and all sorts of things. But this is why the community is important and personal and family preparedness is important.
Yes,
Maybe
absolutely.
even creating maybe even a community of preparedness. Get your friends, neighbors, start doing some meetings. I've been and given some preparedness talks at 2 different communities, the over 55 type communities, retirement communities, who do preparedness meetings every month at one of the person's houses to get their community more prepared.
I'll tell you what, I was at the Emergency Preparedness Fair for Robeson Ranch. They're a 55 and older community. And I was very impressed of what they done. And
Right.
it's an HOA, and they have
Allegedly.
allegedly
Gregory, that's
they,
hilarious.
they have already. This is an HOA neighborhood, okay? It's a retirement community. They have almost 200 people in their ham radio club.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things out here.
And
Here's a lot
I've
of
heard that there's some stuff happening on the federal level with ham radio.
Yeah,
when
we
it
might
comes to
drop that.
HOAs.
We might drop that link. Got it up on my. Wait, no, I closed it. Dang it! Got to find the link again. Yeah, here's a lot of good ones, right? Just kind of general HTs, after food, water, and other things. Take care, Hillbilly. Good to see you.
All right, have a good one, Hillbilly.
Yeah, a lot of it is documentation. It helps the recovery in a lot of things. So that maybe if you don't have those things, prioritize those things. Set a goal to get all necessary documents in one method, no matter what it is, paperwork and given to somebody else out of the area, safety deposit box or something, or on a thumb drive, and get it done. Get that stuff done.
Here's an idea, and I think I have it on my phone, but I need to double check. I do have it on my laptop. I just see it on my desktop there, but I have a copy of the front and back of your driver's license.
I'll give you another resource for that. Let's say you don't have that copy. Pretty much all doctors or clinics now, when you put insurance in, they want a copy of your insurance card front and back and your ID front and back. So think about that too. Let's say you've lost your backup copy. You might be able to check with your doctor. They're going to know who you are and perhaps get a copy from their files that you've sent them. That's another option. I actually do silver. I don't do a lot of gold because, it takes up more space, but I don't have that much to really take up a lot of space because I think if needed, right, I can do smaller transactions. I'm not going to have an ounce of gold worth $4,000 to buy a loaf of bread or shave a little piece off of it. So silver is good, actually. I like having some silver. Yeah, canceling, that's an important one too. This is an important one right here, Kelly, again. Because your wallet may have been blown into some other city and someone may have picked it up that's not a very good citizen and maybe trying to use those credit cards. So that might be something you need to add to your backup copies so that you can call up and cancel that stuff if need be. Or maybe just put holds on things so that, yeah, there's a lot of phone app supported IDs now, even customs coming in and out of the country. They've got an app that you can set up and that's how you get in. Barter items is another one. I mean, we're talking about major, if it ever got to this is when our financial system is down, right? A collapse of our entire financial system where nothing's working. But you never know. How prepared do you want to be, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Other recovery items. It's different. I mean, if you're out on your own, Robert, Digital Rancher might have his own well, or you might have your own solar, this and that. So having ways or means to prepare those types of things, repair generators, an ample amount of gasoline or propane or whatever it is that powers your generators can help you recover more quickly, because you could stay at home with your power, perhaps run a refrigerator, run a stove, run power tools to do some repairs yourself. Kelly's gone a little extreme. Yeah, you can use your silver if you never use it to buy anything as a bus bar. Toilet paper stockpile. So there's a lot of good information on that, but it's too high of an altitude document, in my opinion, to get out to most people. The National Discovery Framework. How many pages is this? Let me look. It's only 61 pages, but it's a lot more. It's not something that's like on the basic level, and I don't think ready.gov has. Let me double check. I could be wrong. I don't know it all, but let's just check real quick.
Good thinking, 45. Good thinking.
Yeah, there's not really a recovery section on ready.gov. I think if you follow the plan, right, identify the threats in your area, plan on the best means to mitigate the damages that threat or those threats can have on you and your home, that alone will probably increase or decrease the time it takes for you to fully recover.
But I like 45's thought of stockpiling.
Dr. Pepper and Shiner Rock is barter supplies. Brisket.
There you go.
Ken's got a great, a deployable portable solar. I've got something that's portable with a battery backup, 4 kilowatts currently. God, the Bluebell ice cream is not going to last.
I like that.
Yeah, see, I was right. Know how to service your well pump if you got a well.
And Shannon from Massachusetts, and I know that because I heard her on the radio this weekend.
How you doing, Shannon?
Or last weekend. That was pretty cool. You've really made L's day when you called out.
Yeah, that was awesome.
On 10 meters.
LQ Shannon on 10 meters on her first POTA.
Yeah, loud and clear. You were 5x9 in North Texas.
When you go back to that circle chart where community was the center, and I know they've got NGOs and stuff out on the outskirts, but if you are like in my situation, my first community is my church, my men's group. Not just the men; it's everyone's involved, but our men's group tries to stay well connected with calling trees, and we're working. I'm currently working on a gridded out calling trees right now. I have 4 families assigned to me that I'm to check in on. But those 4 families don't all live near me. So let's say I can't get out, travel, and I can't talk to them. We're setting up a grid. I'm working with the other coordinators to set up grids for each area. So there may be 2 members in my church that might not be on my calling tree, but they're on my grid tree. And that means that they're within walking distance. They're on the same road or the next road. So we're going to grid it out as a backup means if you can't really travel or telecommunications are down, I can walk over, check on my neighbors, and then with ham radio, I can do the nets and check in, make sure they know who's injured. So backup plans of your community, your neighborhood, or working together. My neighbor's house could be destroyed, but mine might not be. I've seen that where the tornado literally doesn't touch a home, but destroys the next 3 homes, and then misses a home and then destroys the next 2 homes. So neighbors can become a big part of that community where perhaps you've developed relationships, you can stay with neighbors, which allows you to access your home more easily than if you're off site in a hotel.
By the way, I have not seen Spree candy in the store in a long time, Bricker. So he's got freeze dried Spree candy. He just discovered. Now he's got to get a freeze dryer.
I can freeze dry stuff for you.
So Shannon,
Brooks.
what was amazing is we didn't catch it till afterwards, but you replied to L with 33, and I had to look that up because I've never heard that before. And of course, she being brand new, she responded back with 73, but that's pretty cool. So 33 is between YLs. So love and affection between YLs. So that was pretty cool to hear that on the radio.
Wait, so I can't
think
send
that's
that
on
to
my
like
video.
God or Chris on HF? I can't.
No, it's
say
woman to
33 them?
woman only. Maybe 88s.
Yeah, I think she caught that on her video that she released yesterday or the day before.
Yeah,
Saturday.
she did. I was like, 88? You got an 88?
Good to see you,
That
Brooks.
was pretty funny. Yeah, she got hungry on 10 meters. That was pretty cool.
I think a good part. So I think a good part, maybe to approach this, if you haven't already, is follow that preparedness plan on ready.gov. Right? Identify the threats: tornado, hurricane, ice storm, whatever it might be. List the effects it can have. You could lose power. You could lose telecommunications. You could lose water. You could lose, whatever it is. List the effects, and then list the things that may be necessary. If you lose a home, right? And we talked about the IDs, so that's a big one. Have identification. So then, as you go through the threats, and then the mitigation techniques or tactics to face those threats, put that in your plan and do it. So if it's thumbnail backup documents or whatever it is, look at what it would take to recover and put that in your plan so that you have it done beforehand, whether it's tarps or plastic sheeting for broken windows, backup power, portable solar, documents. I'm going to tell you, I don't care what the threat you face, you need backup documents somewhere. I would suggest in 2 locations. Off-site, perhaps at a sibling's house, or if you have a child away, a state or 2 away, or online in a cloud, and then on a thumb drive that you may have in a safe or in your grab-and-go kit, that kind of thing, I would definitely say.
So this is interesting. Hamtail Hurt says, have your home's exact GPS coordinates. LA wildfire, people could not find their house. All the landmarks were gone.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's
Yep.
crazy to think about.
Now, we might still have our water towers because they're made of stone and steel at the top, but I guess you never know.
Well, Binair's water tower is a good mile or so away. So, all right, we really opened up a thing here.
I don't think so, Gregory.
I
don't know. Oh, whoops. Oh,
Chewy Spree. I can't remember that. But
I was looking at this. I don't know about that. Maybe some are. I'm sure some are. I don't think it's a standard.
I seriously doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt that it's a standard, Gregory.
Okay, so to let you know how bad our infrastructure is. When I was working Friday, I lost internet. Fortunately, the cellular internet stayed up, which is amazing.
Hey,
A lot of times when I lose internet, cellular internet goes down. They're like, well, just use your hotspot on your phone. It doesn't work. But there was a stray bullet fired in Dallas. It knocked out Dallas County, Tarrant County, Denton County. Spectrum went down, and it went down as far as Killeen and Austin and San Antonio. They lost internet. They lost everything. Internet, VoIP phone service, everything. One stray bullet in Dallas. And I was talking to to someone with emergency management, and I said, we have way too many single points of failure in our infrastructure.
Well, and it's all online too. It's kind of ridiculous. I guess so that the operator can be at home and monitor it.
So
you have to determine what is your definition of recovery.
So
right?
Doc Adams has questioned what toxins have been released into the environment.
And that's
lately.
a whole stream of itself.
Yeah, I just learned this week that Karen Bass wrote an executive order to allow toxic waste from buildings and houses and all that to be at a dump, to be transferred to a dump outside of the city of LA. Well, the dump is in another city, and that city was not aware that the toxic waste is being dumped at their dump. California actually has a rail line that was built to go to a remote landfill that can take toxic waste. It is designed for that. And all the debris across California could have fit in that landfill. That's what it was for. And that wasn't used at all. They just put it in their surrounding community landfills, all this toxic waste. And the community's like, who authorized that? It was the mayor of Los Angeles that did that. And that's in their neighborhoods now,
Should I keep it that big?
Sure. It should be on its own window.
Yeah, I can reduce it. All right. Okay, how we doing? Yeah, recovery, we can look at it in various levels, right? Part of recovery, if maybe your house is totally destroyed, it's going to take you longer. Partially destroyed, maybe not so long. If it's just outside effect, like power outage for a while, that's, if you've got backup power, you might not be affected at all. Internet, I do the $5 a month thing now with Starlink. So you always have internet as long as it's up and you have power to run the router and whatever devices you use. But so now that Starlink is my backup internet. It's low speed, but it's always connected now. Meshtastic is a method of communications. We have our Arden mesh network around the county. It's another form of communications. HF, VHF, UHF, JS8, WinLink, all that kind of stuff needs to be part of your preparedness and can assist in recovering quicker.
And I'm considering getting a Starlink dish myself after that.
Someone told me they were half price right now. This is an important thing. I mean, there's a lot of single words that are important in emergency preparedness, right? Like mitigate, recovery, and redundancy is another one in preparedness. And so, I have gas generator that runs off propane or gasoline. I also have a battery backup. I also have solar and battery backup. So, yeah. And then I've got a sun oven, right? If nothing else works and I need to bake something, and I have sunlight, I can still bake something even though I have nothing else.
I have a Coleman stove. I got a jet boil.
Redundancy is kind of the backup of the backup of the backup, right? So
even our 9T repeater in Denton County, it's got a battery backup, and then we have a remote site repeater we can bring up if the 9T system crashes down completely.
Mm-hmm.
That building can catch on fire and collapse, and we'll still have the repeater.
PACE plans. I think we talked about that a few streams back. I can't remember when.
Yeah,
it might be further back than I think. Oh no, I think we did that. We talked about MCOM, one of the wheel spins.
But we talked about PACE.
Yeah, if you don't know PACE, Google and look into PACE plan.
Yeah, good one, Paul. Appreciate you bringing that up.
Any other questions? Any other answers on other areas? We've kind of talked about a few important things.
Talked about water. Have a stockpile of it.
I know. Yeah, I mean, sun oven works great here. May not work good in Seattle. You might be able to warm up an icicle. or a popsicle in Seattle. Anything else we want to bring up and discuss a little bit? I already showed off my cool things I got, I think. That's
Yep.
all I got. I don't have anything else cool to show. Ham threads made me there. I think I showed this already.
Yeah.
Little keychain.
Yeah, I showed this last week.
Yep, Al gave us
Al
a cool
did
3D.
that's just really cool, Al. And you know, some of the basics.
DOD.
DOD. Is that your plasma lighter
Yeah.
that you just got?
Yeah, check that out. Guess my
Stick your tongue to
there
it.
it is. Check it out.
Stick your tongue to it.
That's cool. And then when you turn it off, it turns off the power. I think. Oh no, maybe that's for the light. Close this and look. Oh no, you got to close it. And then your lights on the side flashing. So cool. Anyway, for some reason they sent me 2 fans for my FTX. I got an extra fan. We'll see if I mistakenly ordered it, and maybe I'll do an FTX fan giveaway or something. Let's see.
I did like Jason's setup. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he just had it going on 2-meter FN and sideband, but I just liked the package, how it looked. It was all mounted together. But that's the first time I ever touched an FT1DX.
FT1X.
FT1X, whatever it is.
I got it in my. I don't think you were here, Paul. I got that little lighter flashlight in my Gigaparts mystery box. I chose camping or whatever it was, something like that. I chose the one that's not ham radio, camping. So that was in there along with a sweet smoke-free or smokeless camp stove and a cooling fan, some batteries, and anyway. Tuesday, I'm hoping to live stream and operate out of my hotel from Japan.
That'd be fun.
See. Iodine tablets, water filters. I've got all that. Those are great.
I got a Sawyer water filter, but it's got a bag and the tube. You fill the bag up with water. But I also seen where they could have a attachment where you could put it straight on the your kitchen sink. It's got a threaded adapter, and you can filter your water from home in case you have like a boil notice or something like that.
Yeah, I think water filtration is another big one. And then if you don't have backup containers or barrels of water, some way to collect water for long term if you're still at the house, kind of a thing, and water's down or
I need
bad.
to put a life straw in my new bag here.
Camping gadgets. Yeah, we can do a. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Gregory, for a stream. Best gadgets for camping.
I had to buy a new bag because all of my bags will not fit this laptop I'm talking on right now. They're too small. They're all for the 16-inch monitors, and I got a 17.3. So I need to put a life straw in this bag.
Is the Grail the one that has the purifier built in? I've had something like that. Oh yeah.
The what?
The Grail.
Oh, yeah. Life straw has one.
Got a pump built in and
bottle,
filters. Yeah, that does make it a lot easier. And Grail makes a good product. Little pricey in my mind, but you are getting a quality product.
There is a company, I can't remember the company name, but they target van lifers where you can just throw a hose into the river and it'll fill your water tank up on your van. Make it all safe.
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody that the backup tank in your toilet, and even the toilet water, you can use it. Boil it, filter it.
Boy, that was a visual.
Well, when we do that, then let's yeah, Paul, just we'll do a best gadgets or some kind. I don't know. We'll think of something. We'll do a stream and multi-stream it.
Camping gadgets. That sounds like a fun one.
Yep. And I do have a channel in my Discord where anybody that has ideas they want to pop up on a Ragchew cruise. I think we're on episode 96, so in 4 more episodes, it'll be the 100th Sunday night Ragchew. So we'll have to do something cool for that. Maybe I'll find some things to give away. Maybe. Oh, so for the, I think only Andy knows this. Maybe. So he won the drawing for the plastic fan that I got in Japan. That's probably worth 50 cents. And I went ahead and threw in the ICOM 60th anniversary plastic fan, so $1, right? And I threw in a couple stickers. So I was gonna, I have it all packaged, address, everything's put down to send to him, and go down to the store, and I put on there, value $2, and take it up there. She goes, okay, it's like $25 to ship. I'm like, that's fine, okay. And then she says, she goes, okay, now just make sure he knows that he's gonna have to pay $28 or something like that. Pick it up at customs. I'm like, what? Because yeah, that's the tax on it. I go $28 tax on a $2 item. I'm like, I'm not gonna make him pay. So anyway, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, it's real difficult to send stuff for those out of the U.S. It gets expensive. I mean, it was literally $2 for a plastic fan, and they wanted to charge him, besides the shipping I was paying, they wanted to charge him, I think 28 or 30 something. So I emailed him and told him I'll try to get it to my brother or me, or one of us will fly to London soon, and I'll ship it. I'll send it to London for him.
Chris, I agree. The Japanese have some pretty cool gadgets. Daiso, did I say that right? So they have a mall location, and they have a lot of camping gadgets at the mall location, but you'll find a few at the other locations like we have in Frisco and such. But the mall location has the most camping gadgets. So
they're a very well prepared society, predominantly for earthquakes and tsunamis.
So Paul, we need a video on Japanese camping. Go on to Don.
I'll have to go to REI. Japan.
No. They got a Japan one? An REI?
I believe so.
Okay, I was thinking more Don Quixote or something like that. I'm sure they got some camping
their
gadgets
Don
there.
Quixote is like a bunch of junk food and crap. I've been there.
Yeah, but there's
no camping gear there. Alcohol,
really?
Junk food, crap. Yeah.
Because I thought they had stuff there. They had some of the most oddball stuff there, is what I've understood.
Oh, they do. I'll look into it. I'll see what they have. Yeah, I'll see. I'll look into it. Check it out. It's not a huge camping country. Certainly not like the U.S. There are people that do, camp. It's not as big as America. Like here, practically everybody has at least a tent in their garage. It's not the same over there.
I got to find the channel, but there's a channel I'll watch, and he converted a delivery van to a camper.
Yeah, there's
I'm trying to think of his name right now, but he's got some cool stuff. He usually goes like in the dead winter and camps.
Yeah, there's a young YouTuber in Japan I follow, and she's a traveling nurse, and she lives in her van, and she's always showing updates and upgrades, and it's interesting. And it helps me because she speaks Japanese, so it helps me try to maintain my listening. I'm gonna try out the Triangia. But I'm more of a fan of butane. Could you do the voice?
Yeah, I'm not following that.
I'm not sure what you meant there, Greg, around the clone. Let me Google.
Somebody told me that Hello Kitty is not a cat.
Oh,
It's like an alien.
Triangia is a camp stove.
Okay.
Okay, so he's looking at clones for that.
So, Paul, somebody
What
told
is
me
it
Hello
besides
Kitty is
that?
not a cat.
Well, damn it, Bobby. I told you those Triangus things have clones, and you don't have to spend so much money, Bobby.
But I'm gonna go to a Daiso in Japan. I do want to do that.
Yeah, I go to Daiso somewhat regularly, I guess. And there is a section that has some things. I don't know if their sporting goods section's not quite the same as ours.
But yeah, if you get to a big Daiso in the States, they got some cool stuff there. But the smaller ones, they
Mhm.
have a lot of English stuff too. So if you want to be entertained,
Yeah. Well, all right.
I don't even know where to buy those. Night Cry. There you go. Hey, can you speak Japanese in the Boomhauer voice?
Yeah, Chris, send the links. Who's Boonhauer?
I can't even do Chewbacca.
Arr,
Who's Boonhauer? I don't know that name.
Oh, see,
arr.
Chewie.
Yeah.
That's my nickname.
Oh, there you go.
All right, bro Cam. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I think we've Q&A'd everything we want to Q&A for our last preparedness topic of the month, Preparedness Month. So for those who hit ready.gov and if you started a while back and stopped, start back up, get yourself going. And if you haven't, focus on one thing, get all your documents backed up somewhere. Maybe just put that on your list and just get that one thing done for now.
All right. So what do you got coming up on your channel, Paul?
Tuesday I might live stream. Yeah,
So you're just going to live stream working HF, or what's the live stream?
I'll do a little voice, then probably switch to FT8. I'm bringing the mag loop too, just in case. Because it depends on what floor I get. I was on floor 4 last week, and I didn't have enough height for the infed dipole or infed half wave. And I've got a couple videos I need to put together. I just haven't done them. I've got a chameleon 40 meter soda antenna, real lightweight, small antenna. I've got a few things I got to do. I just get inundated. I'll have worked come Wednesday. I'll have worked 10 of 9 days, 9 of 10 days. I said that backwards. But yep, just get
7.
yeah. Today's my day off of 10 days. So get I would say that. And if you have your documents already backed up, double check them. Make sure they're not expired documents. Maybe update your documents. And if you've already done that and everything's kosher there, then find something else you need to do to improve your preparedness status now. Remember, the start of the year was prepared by 2026. So the thought is to have your plan in place, and ideally have your plan in place and have started working on backup power, water methods, filtration, storage, food storage. So, but the idea is to basically have your preparedness plan in place and be working on parts of it by the end of this year.
So Douglas, what do you got going on?
Well, I got the shelving unit up. Both the old one I put up, and the new one here I put on a French cleat so I can take them off on and off if I want
Okay.
to. I should have a video up in about a half hour or so. That's one of my complaints about DaVinci is it seems like it takes a a long time to export.
They all
it's been
do,
going for
it
like
seems.
20-30 minutes. Yeah. So I mean, that's one reason I don't like using it. But I should get used to using it because instead of just having shorts or a couple 3-minute videos, I would want a little more detail in some of my videos. This one's like 8.5, 9 minutes long.
I think shorter is better.
Yeah,
That's one thing I like about Dr. Ken Berg and his medical stuff. He takes one vitamin or something and talks about it for 8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what you're doing.
Shorts that are like.
So.
I've got some shorts that are like 1,200-1,300 views, and I'm like, oh.
There you go. Do a lot of shorts.
I do have a short attention span. That's probably because everything's so quick and easy anymore.
Well, I am diagnosed ADD, so ADHD. So yeah, so we're a brotherhood there.
And I'm Gen X, so it's like
Yep.
If you bore me, I'm just out of here anyway. So I have a tendency to have the get off my lawn attitude, even though it's rocks.
Michael?
I try not to have that attitude because I try to be kind to people,
right.
but at the same time, it's like
if
I just walk away, I won't say something I don't want to say.
What do you have coming up, Michael?
But that's it as far as I got on my channel right now. I'm gonna try to get some more content out.
Takes time.
Now as that's cooling down, I can probably start doing some maintenance stuff.
I spent about the entire day editing today's video, so got it up. I think I got it up like at 4:00. Craziness. But released a video today. Went to did a POTA scouting mission and found an awesome POTA spot. That Johnson unit, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
We need to try that out, especially being right at the lake where you don't have your trees surrounding you. There's plenty of opportunity there just to get a good low angle takeoff to do some POTA there. So I see why that's a popular area. I've never been there before, so that was my first trip. So that's today's video. And if you haven't caught last week, Paul, El Marie, Jason from Ham Radio 2.0 and I did a POTA together. That was a lot of fun. El Marie did a video of her first HF contacts on her channel, and it was at that POTA meeting. And I did one and kind of filmed a lot of other people working radio, and it was a lot of fun. But do have my amateur radio playlist, so please watch that. Trying to get the hours up on my channel. That's an excellent way of doing it. So, but that's about all from me right now. Do video. Try to do it every Sunday night, 5 p.m. So,
very cool. Well, everybody, here's my shout out. My buttons don't work, so I have to do this manually. I want to thank everybody for their support. It's been a year since I've been able to receive financial support from everybody, and it's been amazing. I'm glad I could provide something and bring people together as a kind of a community, discuss various topics in preparedness or ham radio. I hope to create better and more in-depth conversation and get more things talking with more people, and keep the conversation going so that everyone is reminded and focuses on those things that are important to stay prepared and have fun with ham radio, and perhaps intertwine both of them and be prepared both in communications and in your daily lives, whether it's at work or school or at home. Kind of the goal. I finally found a way to do it. I've tried doing nets with CERT and ham radio things and working with the towns and counties and trying to get people to be prepared and kind of teach and encourage learning and preparedness. And I think I finally found the best method for me to get it out there, because you guys that are interested in all this come to listen and also participate in the Ragchew. So that's what it's all about. So I appreciate everything, all the support, comments, and everyone that joins the channel too. if you look back at when I started, it was just me and it was boring. My goal was to bring people in, and as people wanted to talk about topics, join me and discuss the topics. So we had Chris Radio and Life on, expert, on triage and such, talking about triage bags. We got Paul, the Grouch in New Hampshire. Grouch in NH is a former Marine and has a lot of great experience and knowledge that, he's come on a few times, and we'll have him on again when he's able. So hopefully soon having Hollywood on for a couple topics he's wanted to come on and help me with, and I just haven't scheduled and made the time. And I'm going to have Andy N0 APX, I think, with the 40-meter biscuit antenna. He wants to get on and talk about World Radio League. So that might be the next video or live stream. Sunday nights don't work for him, so it'll be another day. So he and I have to kind of iron that out. But look for that here in the upcoming weeks. Now that we're out of preparedness, we'll get back into some ham radio. All right. Any last words, anybody?
You said, from my understanding from the Marines I know, there's no such thing as a former Marine.
That's true. Yeah, I think he even said it up there. I think he said, once a Marine, always a Marine.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would wholeheartedly agree. Right? So check out Paul in New Hampshire's channel too. He does a lot of Friday night streams a lot and gets the guys together who are all military and discuss some great topics. So check his channel out, as well as Getting Out in Life, Michael's, Douglas of the Amateur Radio More channel as well. And appreciate it, guys. So say your goodbyes, and we'll see you guys next week on Sunday Night Ragchew. Thanks for joining, and thanks for all the contributions.
Shalom, shalom.
73s, and stay prepared.